I always forget that you guys can see my shoes. Try to ignore that I have like big chunky Ugg boots on. So what I wanted to do today was I made this hydrangea bow, okay? I love, love, love this ribbon. It is from TMI Gifts, and I wanted to use it. I wanted to pair it with something. The other thing I wanted to show you, there's a couple things. The other is this ribbon that is also from TMI Gifts. So I've never heard of this brand before, this Deluxe. However, it is fantastic. Like, this is like designer quality, okay? So like here's the front, and then the back has like that nice satin, okay? It's nice and thick, it's super structured. I mean, this is, I think, like $13 at TMI Gifts, and then take off, you know, 20% with promo code Cara20. Sorry, I gotta say it. I want people to know about the savings. So I mean, you're talking like 10 or 11 bucks for this, and it's beautiful. I made like a big bow that I'm just gonna sell on its own. So I wanted to show you this. And I got an order from TMI Gifts today, so I'm really excited about. Hey Cassie, how are you? I was literally just thinking about you like 20 minutes ago. That's so funny. So nice to see your name pop up. So if anybody is like greenery challenged, or you just don't want to spend a lot of money on a bunch of different greenery, this spray from TMI Gifts is fantastic. I should have looked at the price. I think it was like $8 before the coupon or something, but like, look at all of this. I mean, you could make a wreath just out of like several of these going around. So I'm just gonna fluff it up so that we get the most out of it. But yes, we've got like eucalyptus, we've got fern. We've got, I don't know what these things are, but they're pretty. These big jumbo leaves. So this is a score. I'm pretty excited about using it. So that, and let me just fluff up the second one. Hey Brenda, hey Connie. It took me a minute, Connie, to get my stuff together, but we're gonna make a wreath around the bow that we made on Facebook. All right, so I'm just fluffing this up. I mean, I keep saying like I'm not gonna shop, but then I just see things and I just get so inspired. It's such a bad habit. I'm not even going into stores. I'm doing this to myself online, but it is cool having some new products like this to use. See, like, yeah, you really could just make this a wreath in itself. All right, so to start, got my wire ready, and clean this up a little bit. I'm excited too. Have you been making anything lately, Cassie? I feel like you had pulled together. Yeah, you did. You had like a really beautiful combo ready to go. Did you make anything with that yet? All right. Minor cleanup. And if you ever have a wreath that's like kind of ovally, I just like take it and I smush it on the floor. So. Again, drawing attention to the fact that I'm wearing shoes that have nothing to do with my outfit. All right, so I'm just gonna take one thick piece, feed it right on through, twist the ends. Is everybody having a good day? We are still in snow. We have about, I'd say like 8 to 10 inches outside. So it's cold here, it's cold. Oh my gosh. I was, I don't even know why I'm talking about this, but the other day I was trying to figure out like what to get my dogs to like change their food subscription through Amazon. And I kept changing my mind and canceling. And I thought when I canceled, like that was the end of it. And today, like four bags of dog food They're each like 30 pounds each. They all arrived at once. And I mean, obviously they'll get used at some point, but my husband wasn't too amused. He's like, did you do that when you were drinking wine? I'm like, no. Well, I mean, I was, but I'm like, it wasn't a wine-related thing. I said, I thought when I canceled. I didn't know I had already put things in motion, but I did. So the dogs are covered for quite a while. All right, we're only going to use a little bit of ficus just because we have those sprays with like all the different texture on them. But I want just a little bit behind it. All right, get my glue pot heated up. I feel like the combo was almost like pinks and not like a magenta, like something like, and it wasn't red, but it was something along those lines. Like what's the, why can't I think of like the right name for that? I don't know. I can always send you a picture because I have it on my phone. I'm sure it's like warm where you are, right? All right, I think this is just about ready to go. Can you see Bernie out the window? She is like the bossiest dog. All right, so let's get to our wreath making. Wine shopping. Make poor decisions. All right, so here we go. So we're doing a crescent wreath. So I want the better looking side open. Okay, so that's gonna be this side. And I'm gonna start with some ficus. You know the drill. Did you guys watch the Super Bowl? I've been so busy in other people's drama. It's like either I'm talking about Kendrick Lamar and Drake, or I'm talking about Blake Lively and Jason Baldoni. I'm glad I don't have my own drama to be consumed with, but I am absolutely consumed by their drama. Absolutely. And like my husband's like, please stop talking about it. I can't. Get this to back up our sprays. And we're going to end up putting our bow right in the middle. It's 61 degrees. Which is cold to you. Oh, Cassie, don't do it to me. Don't rub it in. Let's see. Connie, I don't. Let me see if I have them. Hold on. I do. Okay. So, sorry about my head. Connie is asking about the hydrangea that are going to be in the spring wreath kits, and this is one of them, Connie. So super nice foliage, and what does it get paired with some green? So yeah, and like I know we were talking earlier about like would these pair, and I don't know, I feel like it kind of makes this look purple. Like this is like a true blue. Okay, I'll put that on in a little while. All right, so let's take our first one. Oh my God, I love, love, love these. I bought 4, and I am probably gonna go back for more. Like, you really could just make this its own wreath. It's beautiful. So much texture in one piece. All I'm just going to leave this kind of out for now, and I am going to throw a zip tie in just because this is such a thick stem. So I'm going to do one down here, and then I'm going to do one up top. I think I'm going to end up bending this in some way. I just don't know what, but I don't want this to like ever flop forward. So I'm just taking a brown zip tie, and I use brown because it blends and we want to have natural looking mechanics. So secure it like that. I want to make sure I leave enough room for that bow. Things to think about before I'm doing zip tie. Okay. I'm going to do it like that. And then we are going to do that. We're going to mirror that. Let me move my computer so I can see it. Could you try with the other ribbons? Oh, do you mean, Brenda, do you mean how it would go with the first ribbon I showed you? Because that would go. Like, this to me would go with any of them, but it actually is like almost a perfect match. So, like fumbling. Like on this, I actually made a huge bow, and for one set of tails, I actually just left it backwards because that's how pretty it is. So yes, and it goes well with, hold on, purple. Actually, let me just grab perks of being a hoarder. I mean, it actually captures all of the colors. Actually, that would make a cool wreath in itself. So yeah, I think it could pair well with a lot of things. I just thought, Connie, that this blue, kind of an interesting blue. Yeah, Brenda's with me. And so TMI Gifts does have a few other prints from this brand, but I tried looking online and it really doesn't seem like it's sold anywhere. Like there is one place, oh gosh, it was called like White Bayou or something. I have no idea. It was, some place did sell it, but they didn't have much. They had like maybe 6 to choose from, and the pricing was like twice as much, and there was nothing as pretty as the hydrangea. So, but I mean, honestly, it's like D. Stevens quality without the price. Like, I mean, and I love D. Stevens. I don't want to throw any shade. It's just that good. Right, so, angle this upward, and I'm gonna throw another zip tie in. I may end up having to like pull some of this off and like relocate it so that our bow isn't like totally crushed. And then let's just secure it a second time, a little bit lower. I've missed you guys. It's nice seeing your names pop up. Okay. Just gonna trim our zip tie tails. I almost don't want to put flowers on this. Isn't that something? And I realized because I was yapping, I didn't add any glue to this. Just glue it a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to move some of these. I don't want to waste them. I love like that chartreuse color. It screams spring to me. Now we're gonna take our bow. Okay, I already put it on a floral pick. And I'm gonna just dip this in glue. Again, this totally could just be your wreath. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I am just gonna fold up the tails because like when I'm slinging glue, it just gets everywhere. So I don't wanna ruin this. Not that you can't like pick glue off of ribbon, but you just, it's better if you don't have to. And you never know which are gonna like be easy to do and which aren't. So, all right. So I wish these weren't so big. I really did not anticipate how full this was going to be. This. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to go in with our bigger bloom first. I originally was going to put 4 of these in, but really it's just not needed. And I also pulled like a whole bunch of greenery, and that's not needed either, really. Wedge that in. This is like a good time of year too for like just the all greenery wreaths. That's what I have on my own front door right now. I just have, it's like magnolia leaves. And I have to be proactive because the birds really like it. And last year I had to like disrupt their nest like several times because if they did nest, I couldn't photograph anything. So I ended up trying to move it. I put it on, like I was like, you can have the wreath, I just need my door. So I ended up moving it, putting it on a tree, but it wasn't the same. They didn't like it. But even though it's cold here, there is definitely some bird activity. They all flew out of like one of the bushes, so I think that they're getting ready to nest. I don't know. All right, so we're gonna go with these. I thought this paired nicely. It definitely doesn't match. I don't really know. I looked around. I really don't have anything that would match that. So we're gonna just go light and do a little contrast instead. You gotta pull it. I mean, you don't want to like finish something and then realize you left something good on the table. I don't know why I don't make more greenery wreaths. Like I should, and this is kind of inspiring me too. I just love flowers so much. Like I was in such a winter like slump with like inspiration, and then once all these spring flowers came out, I've just been like, it's just flowing very like easily, which is how I like it to be. Let me see. I just want to work on this. This one needs a little bit more structure. I'm going to throw a third zip tie in. Cassie, when you're creative and you get inspired, it's like it's so hard not to like just try and take everything. You like just want to use everything at once. Like literally this greenery, these like greenery sprays, they came here about an hour ago. And I was like, oh, I need to use them right away. All right. That seems a little bit more balanced to me. Okay, and then we're going to just put 2 hydrangea in. And do one here. And then I'm just going to mirror it and do one facing more downward. I have to learn how to work with this stuff, I think, a little bit. And I don't think I'm going to put anything there. I pulled some of these white wispy flowers in. This is my first time using these, but pretty. I know, Connie, I'm with you. I mean, there's just, flowers really do make you so happy. Like, I know I talk about how it raises your dopamine levels. It really, really does. Like, think about if you go in and like into a florist, or even like you're in your grocery store and you walk by like the flower department. There's just something about it that, you know, without even thinking, it just makes us happy. Looking at flowers, like even online, like that will stop my scroll when I see something that is just like totally stunning. And it's nature, it's beautiful. I wish I could do like a cutting garden. I want to, but I also kill all the plants, which is probably how I ended up going towards permanent botanicals, because I can't kill them. But I do think it's nice. There's somebody I follow on Instagram. Her name's Sky, and she has the account House of Hamilton. And she, first of all, this woman is like the hardest worker ever. She made an entire like garden last year, but not like a little garden, like a humongous garden. So she has so many beautiful flowers. She's known as like the hydrangea queen, because the front of her house has like these just, like she's an expert. Like, I mean, she was flown to the Cape to like speak at something. Like, she is an expert on hydrangeas. But then she made this cutting garden, but it was like way more than that. And she had so many different flowers. She actually was able to, as like a wedding gift, make somebody's, I think everything. I think she might have done like the, I think she might have done like the centerpieces and the bouquets. I mean, it's just, you know, some people you just really, I have just so much admiration for her. Like, she's so creative. She does so much, and she does it on her own. I mean, like, I'm sure she has some help, but in general, like, this woman is a worker. So if you're on Instagram and you want to follow like somebody who's super nice and very inspiring, again, House of Hamilton, Sky, she is just a lovely, lovely human being. I like using them, Cassie, because I feel like it makes it easy, like for a pattern, and I definitely like using it for workshops, because again, it does take up so much space. But I also hear what you're saying is like, I wish these were a little bit smaller for what I'm doing here. Like, I have some that are smaller, but they're not like pure white, and the bow is pure white, so I had to make a choice. Connie, I do not have any pink cherry blossoms. I don't know if you guys saw my video of going through Joann's, but like, they have a bunch of cherry blossoms. They're pretty nice. They're a little on the pale side, I would say, but they were nice. And these are fun. I like these. Connie, do you have any like stores to do in-person shopping where you are? Let's see, we have 2 more. I'll do right here. Oh, and I broke it. Let's see if I could get this back together because I like the way it looked. So do you have like a Hobby Lobby or a Michael's or both? This is like a chain reaction in my house. Ernie usually kicks it off. Yeah, she's doing right now. Bruno was taking a nap. Now he's clearly not. Oh, the soothing sounds of my home. I actually think I'm going to trim this a little bit. I'm just going to take the bottom layer out. Cassie, you got my mind racing now on these big blooms. Stevie. If this isn't a relaxing YouTube channel, I don't know what it is. Always manipulate your materials so that they fit your purpose. All right, I feel like that's a little better. Okay. Side. You're getting a Michael's? Stevie. Yeah, I don't know. Our Michael's fell short this year. Or at least for winter. I actually haven't gone in for spring, so that's not fair for me to say. But yeah, for winter, I was really not impressed. Like our Joann's is so nice, but it kind of, I feel like they don't have enough people to like unpack everything. So like they have Valentine's Day out, but like I feel like Easter should be out. Like I need things for an upcoming Easter workshop. Stevie. And I can't get my hands on anything yet. From them anyways. Hobby Lobby is always a good one. That's one I do not like going into because there's just way too much temptation there. All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna move that around. I got this like crawling ivy. I just want to use a little bit of it. So I took some video from earlier. So Connie, I know you caught the live, but I also just recorded like going through what's in the upcoming wreath kit. And also how I use my steamer. Do you guys use a steamer for things? Because I think it's like the most satisfying tool. Like when you get like those crushed florals, or the reason why I pulled it out today was I had made a bow, and Connie, you saw my bow making. But afterwards, like the loop, something about it wasn't quite right, and I wanted to redo it. But like all the indents were in the ribbon, so I steamed it just to get it all like new again. And it just works so well. And also I did a video, I've been making videos, on how to like basically get your wreath packed up for the season. So like for me, my wreaths are outdoors, they're not covered, so you know, they might get like dirt, dust, whatever. They get a lot of sun, so as much as I try and be proactive with the UV spray, it's not going to catch everything. And I noticed like a few things that turned blue, so it's always the first to go. So I love just like steaming them at the end of the season and then bagging, and I do the UV spray and then I just like bag it up. And then it's like new when the next season comes. I've never used it for glue strings. That's interesting, Brenda. I use my hair dryer, but I never thought to use glue strings. I am going to try that. That's a great tip. Thank you. This is what I love about like crafty people, is I feel like we often like get to the same place but do it like different ways. Like, I mean, like I still don't remember how on earth I got into making wreaths, like, or even doing like floral arrangements when I was a teenager. I remembered giving them to like my mom and my grandmother, but I just don't know what provoked it, because it's not like my mom or grandmother like made wreaths. So it's a little bit of a mystery to me. All right, let me just take a step back. I think once we put the tails down, she's gonna be in great shape. I don't think I need to really do anything else to this. I don't want to do it just to do it, because the bow is definitely the star of the show. And now that everything is in, she's just not angled the right way. Break this pick off and redo it. Yeah, like the thing I got the steamer for was for those Amazon peonies that like people love them. They look beautiful, they pop, they photograph really well. They come just so crushed, you know, and they're wrapped in plastic and they're just like awful. Like I don't think you can use them without steaming them. Really. It drives me nuts because it's just like you just accept that that's the way they're gonna come. All right, I'm gonna glue this after. I wanna make sure I have it positioned the way I want. That I'm feeling better about. Okay. Yeah, I keep my steamer on my workbench and I use one of those cord bundlers, and I just actually stuck it onto the steamer, and that way it keeps the cord with it. Do you guys use those? Because I use them for a lot of things. Like you might be able to see I'm using them for all my wires because I don't want one of the dogs to like pulled a glue pot down or anything, so I have them all bundled to the table for safety. But they are a great invention. Still isn't really going with, that's not going the way I want it to. I actually think I need to approach this differently. Okay, I like that better. Let's see. Different angle. This way it's not all crushed up. I feel like they had this ribbon in purple too. There was definitely a second color. This is nice ribbon. Keep saying I'm done buying ribbon because I have so much and then I just can't help it. Ribbon-aholic over here. All right, step back. Yeah, I think she is done. Came together very quickly, I think, thanks to those sprays. So let's see. And then I'm gonna end up cleaning up the back, so I won't bore you with it, but if you have things like the stem sticking out the back, you just snip them off, and then you take a little bit of glue and some moss. So I use reindeer moss because it's just not, I used to use just the preserve, but it kind of comes apart. So yeah, wherever you snip, because you snipped probably the part with the glue, you just go through and add a little dot of glue and cover it up. Okay, and I like to give it a little, like, let it cool a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna go through and do that and clean this all up. And then do our UV spray, right? We know the drill. All right. All right. So here is our final design. Let me know what you think, and thank you guys for keeping me company. I always love seeing your names pop up. Let me see. Let me just do it. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Thank you guys. Oh, my glue pot. Oh yeah, okay. Cassie goes hard with the steamer, and I think you use the cord bundler on your glue pot too. That's smart. I'd like to know how to clean a glue pot. Like, I've tried so hard, like when it's like still all warm. Oh, Winnie is coming in like, Winnie's coming in hot. Hi, Winnie. Hello. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hi. Okay, you wanna say hi? So this is Winnie. Winnie. Okay, Winnie was mine. My mom stole her. We call her a poor man's sheepadoodle. We have no idea. She was from Alabama. She's one of our rescues, and she was so scrawny when we got her. And I told my mom to get like one of her sisters, and she said, no, they're too ugly. And then lo and behold, that's the one she stole from me. So mom lives next door. Not a big deal. I get to see her all the time. But just wanted you to see Winnie pop while she's here. So, all right, guys, enjoy the rest of your night, and I will see you soon.